Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Ah, I am very happy about this episode. Our grandson episode where our boy is finally becoming closer to our man. Um, Absolutely hilarious episode. I thought this show was definitely missing something, and I think it was this. It was missing some comedic hits. Like it definitely was getting a lot more serious. It had, the demonoid showing up, still surviving. We had some kid actually getting turned into a demonoid. We had him hunting down the demon that took out his real parents. All these different things were happening back to back to back to back to back in the beginning of the show. And now here we are, like 2 episodes or almost 3 episodes of. Sure, they went out and like hunted the demonoids that were like just pushing towards their capital, but it was over in a flash because we have the grandson, so it wasn't like, oh man, this was a drawn out battle. It was, oh, he needed to take out some bent up stress because these guys have been, kissing up and lucking on his girl, so he was just angry, took it all out on them, and he felt better. But this week and last, we really just been getting to relax and understand these characters, which I think is going to help cater to another season. I mean, the reason why people love to come and watch shows is usually not just because of the main character. Usually they are the main helping factor, but at the same time, having a cast that you want to see shine just as much, if not more, I think is a true meaning of making a show captivating, making a show really pop out and have you wondering if they ever are going to tell you about these other characters that you started to like just as much as the main one. So for me, I really really like the prince. He's definitely got a interesting situation. He's definitely he's definitely a ladies man, and it was funny to see that the one girl that he was actually attracted to was the one that, gave him no attention. So, ladies and guys, take note of that. Sometimes not being all up on him and stuff like that actually gives you a better chance. So, just a word of advice from this show and your boy, the anime Jake. Sorry. But for when I see stuff like this, it makes me feel like the show understands back, like it's going back to what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to seemingly be all just this chaotic war against demonoids and stuff like that. I feel like it's supposed to. Oh, you do okay, okay, nice death spine. It's supposed to be something that everybody can kind of watch and enjoy, but at the same time, it also should be something that when you're watching it, you should feel relaxed at times. I mean, we have our boy um, not only training every student and getting actually blown away by their process when he puts them, their progress when he puts them up in volleyball, and he's just like, what the, like, she literally jumped so high, the little blonde girl in this week's episode during volleyball, that he himself was like, well, hold up. Like, they're not using the gears, remember? Like, I think this is a great example of how to make characters a little bit more than meets the eyes. And sorry, Transformers, but I'm going to need that. Uh, we see that a lot of shows have characters, like side characters, be better at one thing or another that maybe the main character isn't fully the best at, but at the end of the day, that main character still can do stuff with it. For instance, he can do probably all of the elements, but he really always goes back to this one move that he's always made, and he keeps changing it up. Like now he's made it so he's focused the direction that it goes in, so it has a much, much better chance of doing a lot more force in front and not as much shock when it's left. So he's going in with his techniques, and I enjoy that. But not only that, we're looking at someone who really just doesn't stop. Like the grandson never stops really thinking or learning about things that he could probably put to good use when it comes down to battling or just magic in general. And that's just what his character feels like to me. And to think that when he sees somebody doing stuff that actually shocks him, like that it actually blew his mind, that how the heck are they doing this? That's crazy to me. Holy crap, that was sick, Piccolo. But hold this. Um, so with this week, her jumping that high absolutely blew his mind. Because imagine you have been using your gears in your feet like the jets, and you still get like around that height, and she just did it without it. So imagine her physical augmentation with some jet boots. She could literally fly probably almost forever with the first jump that she gets off, and then she uses her boots whenever she starts getting a little bit lower. So that's super sick. Not to mention there's the girl with the glasses who just she's way more overpowered than anybody else on the squad, clearly. So that's kind of her thing going for her is she just keeps using too much power, or she has too much power to use in the first place. So yeah, I like that aspect of her character, but at the same time, it makes sense because everybody else seemingly has a really good hold on their powers, and they got to be one that's out of control. Because now, if they ever do get in a battle and she goes off, she could be a good like a flare. Whatever she fights, it's gonna be a big area of an explosion, and you'll know exactly where that fight is taking place. So, yeah, good on her. Um, but yeah, that's just the things that I like about the show. I mean, they really went in depth with the Prince's character this week, showing us his fiance and his little sister and his relationship between them, just like how he likes to tease his sister, how him and his fiance met, and then not only that, how much he actually pushes our boy Shin to making his move and actually claiming his girlfriend. So that's the type of stuff I like with these types of shows. You shouldn't just give me a character that I will fall for and be like, holy crap, this guy's the most OP, dopest guy of all times. I want to see all of his friends and close ones and grandma and his grandma being as cool as they are. Like, they're absolutely killing it with the grandma and grandpa right now. Like, they're almost some of my favorite characters, like, top. Well, yeah, they are. They're like top 10. There's a lot of characters to like, man. So yeah, with this show really doing well this week, we just get to see really a relaxing time. A lot of training, some new moves for Shin. All the students of ours are just going in volleyball at the very end. So I think by the time of the next episode, we'll probably see either the end of volleyball, like everybody's already played and we know who's the victor and stuff, or we'll probably get right back into it and see what they're doing. Not to mention, oh, actually, I guess not, because they were in bed at the very, very end, and the grandma caught them. So I'm not sure if love and stuff like that's gonna play like a huge role in this, but I'm just glad they're playing. They're playing a good love game in general. So I can respect that. Like, they're not being over exaggerated with him getting every girl to marry him. I mean, we got girls literally saying I missed my chance because they're not gonna jump in there and actually try to steal him away. Like they actually respect that someone's about to be taken and they shouldn't try to take him away. So that's new. Well, that's not as rare in these shows. So with all that being said, though, I honestly think that we're gonna have one of the most hypest battles this show's gonna produce. But at the same time, if anybody gets hurt now out of our crew, I'll actually feel bad about it. Like I don't want to see any of these kids get hurt. Not to mention have to get hurt for him to gain an ability or something to finish the war or whatever. Like, let's just hope that, like Prince and everybody who noticed that he fell in love, that this doesn't mess with his training and he works just as hard. So, which I think he will. You got something to protect now, my guy. Well, you did have stuff to protect. Now you have a loved one to protect. So let's see how much stronger you can get with love on your side. And like I was saying, I don't think this show is gonna be like, oh my God, and with love he became the strongest man of all times. Like, I don't think they're gonna go that route, but at the same time, I have been wrong before. So if they do go that route, I apologize for being wrong, but I just feel like love and stuff is just one of those things that he probably didn't have in the other world, and it's nice to see him getting it in this one and it being fair and honest and not anything bad. So, with all that being said, the grandson absolutely hype show. I know you guys have to be enjoying it because I usually get a lot of views from you guys, but at the same time, I don't hear much from you, which I understand. There's not much for you, like question wise, or it's really you can just make a statement of what happened. I mean, even that's fine. If you guys just want to make a statement in the comments, I mean, stayed on, my brothers, stayed on, my people. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. I have been feeling tons better with my stomach. I keep saying that I need to knock on wood every single time I do it. Here you go. That was a wall. But I will continue to try to push and make sure my body does never crap out on me like that again because I literally missed out on time I could have gotten out and then got to relax. So, with all that being said, thank you so much for sticking it through with me. And it's probably going to happen again, and I know you guys aren't going to hold me captive and mad at me for it, so that's amazing. So, with all that being said, guys, I can't wait to talk to you in the next one. So, with that being said, fist of gratitude and peace.